Okay, assalamu alaikum my brothers and sisters, welcome back. We are going to discuss about mathematics concept of form 2, which is combined concept of form 2 transformations. Remember, we have learned reflection, rotation and enlightenment, so this time we are going to combine them and we'll see how they frame during national exam, the combination of the three. Let's start with the first example. We have example 1 here. So this one, example 1 is actually saying the points B 1,6, Q 2, comma R 1, and S 4, 2. S is 4, 2, and the vertex of quadrilateral BQRS full stop. Then question A, you're told on a graph paper plot the points B, Q, R and S. R and S, and hence draw the quadrilateral BQRS. That will carry 2 marks to the national exam. So here we have 2 marks. Okay. Then we have question B, you're told. The points P prime, Q prime, R prime, and S prime are the image of B, Q, R and S respectively. So you're told under a rotation respectively, under a rotation, under rotation of a positive a quarter turn about the origin. A positive a quarter turn about the origin. Turn about the origin. Full stop. On the same grid, you're told on the same grid. Draw quadrilateral. P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime, and state the coordinates of its vertex. And state the coordinates of its vertex. So this will carry also 3 marks. This will carry what? 3 marks. This will carry 3 marks. Then we'll have question C here. Question C are told the points P double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime are the image the image of P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime. Okay, under a revelation, you're told under a revelation in the x-axis. In the x-axis, okay? Then full stop. On the same grid, you're told on the same grid, draw quadrilateral, B double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime, and state the coordinates of its vertex, and state the coordinates, of its vertex. That will also carry 3 marks. Okay, that's good. That's what? That's 8 marks. So question D, they are told quadrilateral B double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime is the image of B Q R S. Is the image of B Q R S. Okay? Under a certain revelation. Full stop. On your graph paper, draw the mirror line. On your graph paper, you are told draw the mirror line. Draw the mirror line. The mirror line, M capital, okay? Okay, for the revelation, and state its equation, Brilliant. So now let us see this question. The question seems to be very, very bad. But remember, these kind of questions will come in KCSE. And they are very, very easy, of course. Okay, I will read one time. I will go through these questions, then so that we solve them. Okay, then we'll solve of that. The points B, P16, Q22, R11, and S42 are the vertex of quadrilateral BQRS. On a graph paper, plot the points PQRS and hence draw the quadrilateral BQRS. You're going to plot this one, and that is the first 2 marks. Okay. Question B, are told the points P prime, Q prime, R prime, and S prime are the image of BQRS, that's the object, respectively, and a rotation of a positive a quarter turn about the origin. A positive a quarter turn is what? 1 out of 4 times 360, that's 90. So that's positive 90 degree about the origin. Remember, the two coordinates will interchange position and the new x coordinate change its original sign. That is rule number 1 of rotation, okay? A positive a quarter turn means a quarter times 360 degree. Remember, the Cartesian plane is made up of 4 quadrants, and that will sum up 360 degrees. So if you are told a positive a quarter turn about the origin, that's 1 out of 4 times 360. That will give us what? 90. So it's plus 90 degree about the origin, okay? That is rule number 1 of rotation for your information. So what will happen? The two coordinates will interchange position, okay? And the new x coordinate change its original sign. Don't forget that. The two coordinates will interchange position and the new x coordinate change its original sign, okay? That's what you're going to do. Then we'll draw, okay? Then that 3 marks are gone. The points come to question C. The points P double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime are the image of P prime, Q prime, and what? R prime. Okay? What are we doing? We are doing some kind of transformation onto these what? Image points. Okay? And a reflection in the x-axis. So what are you going to do? You are going to get your double prime by saying, and we said rule number 1 of reflection, we say that if a point is reflected onto the x-axis, the x coordinate will remain the same, but y coordinate change the sign. Don't forget, we'll do that. Okay? Then do your quadrilateral B double prime, Q double prime, R double prime is the image. Yeah, is the image of BQRS object under a certain what? Under a certain reflection. Okay? On your graph paper, draw the mirror line MM for the reflection and state it is equation. So what you're going to do is I will solve in two ways. This one, question D. Okay, I'll solve in two ways. Okay, one I will give you in statement form. The other one I will also solve for you on board. Okay. So now let's get this the solution to this problem. Okay. So far you have the question. I think you have the question. Make sure you write the question. Yeah. Have the question, then we'll solve together. So we have this point. I'll wrap this part. Then this part will be enough for the solution. Okay. We have this point. Then we are going to the first question is plotting this one. The second one is what? The second one is rotation of a quarter positive 90 degree above the origin. Okay. So I have coming to the solution. Let's come to the solution part. I think you have the question. Make sure you have the question in your exercise. So this is what the question is actually saying. This is what the question is saying, okay? This is what the question is saying. So let's come to the solution. We have our what? P, we have 1, 6. We have Q as 2, 2. Then we have R as 1, 1. Then we have S as what? 4, 2. So what's happened? Let's go. You're told on a graph paper plot, you plot this one. That is the first question. Then question 2, what you're going to do is actually question B, you're told positive apart turn about the origin. That is plus 90 degree about the origin. Okay. See now, this will be B prime will be, so this is positive 90 degree about the origin. About the origin. Okay. So what will happen? The two coordinates will interchange position, and the new x coordinate change its original sign. So this is 6, negative 6, 1. Q prime will be negative 2, 2. R prime will be negative 1, 1. S prime will be negative 2, 4. What have we said? If a certain point is rotated about the origin through positive 90 degrees, we said the two coordinates will interchange position, and the new x coordinate change its original sign. That's rule of 1 of rotation for your information, guys. Okay. Then we are done with the B. So we'll go to question C. This is B already, because B is a quarter turn about the origin. Then question C, you are told this question is very, very what? Very, very easy, by the way. This question is very, very easy. Question C, you are told the points B double prime. The points P double prime, Q double prime are the image of P prime, Q prime, are the image of this one. These ones, yeah? The points P double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime are the image of what? B prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime. So we are doing some kind of transformation here to get what? The double primes, okay? So you're told the points P double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, and S double prime are the image of P prime, Q prime, R prime, and S prime under a revolution in the x-axis. What will happen? A revolution onto the x-axis was rule of 1 of revolution. The y-coordinate of the point change the sign, yeah? So that will give us negative 6, negative 1. Look at that. Then Q double prime will be negative 6, negative 2, sorry, negative 2. Y will change the sign, yeah? Then R double prime, R double prime. R double prime will be negative 1, negative 1. Then S double prime will be negative 2, negative 4. Because we say that if a certain point is reflected onto the x-axis, that's rule number 1. The two, we said what? The y-coordinate of the point change the sign, but x-coordinate remain the same. That's the law. if a certain point is reflected onto the x-axis, the x-coordinate of that point remains the same, but y-coordinates change the sign, okay? That's there. So you also plot for us this one. Question D now, come to question D. D are told quadrilateral P double prime. Look here. Remember quadrilateral B double prime, Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime is the image of BQRS. So now let's say that we have B double prime as what? -6, -1. But before I write that, let me write first the object point. Object point was what? B1, 6, Q 2, 2, R 1, 1, S 4, 2. Then we have B double prime as -6, -1, Q double prime as -2, -2. Okay? Then R double prime as what? -1, confirm from there, -1. Then S double prime is what? -2, -4. So I will ask myself, what are they doing, these guys? Okay? We have the object point as 1, 6. But the image point is what? B double prime is what? -6, -1. So can't you see now, when you check, you see now when you check these two now, what's happening is that the two coordinates are interchanging, as well as the sign is also changing. Can't you see now? Because we have here what? 1, 6. Here we have -6, -1. So the two coordinates are interchanging position, as well as the sign will also change. Let me also take this one, S. S, our object point was what? 4, 2. But when you look at our image point, S double prime, it is -2, -4. So what has happened? The two coordinates have interchanged position, and the two coordinates have interchanged position, and the sign also changed in the process. Look at that. So that's rule number. That was actually rule number 4 of reflection, which was what? The line y is equal to -x. Okay. So we are going to say the mirror line. Okay. Equation of the mirror line. Equation of the mirror line is y is equal to -x. And then you are told, look here. You are told, look here. On your graph paper, draw the mirror line. So the line y is equal to -x passes where? The line y is equal to -x passes through the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So this is the line we call what? Negative. Y is equal to -x. You compare any 2 points. Or what you do, that is the first way of solving this kind of equation. When you want to get the kind of transformation that took place between the object point and the image point, you compare points, okay? Just take any 2 points and compare. So here we have the object point P as 1, 6, and P double prime is what? -6, -1. So what has happened? As you can see, the two coordinates are interchanging position, as well as the sign is also changing to get the what? To get the image point. So that is rule number 4 of reflection, which reads like this. When a certain point is reflected onto the line y is equal to -x, the two coordinates will interchange, as well as the sign will also change in the process. Okay, that's rules of reflection outside the KLB, guys. Okay, then you don't take these two, because we have 2, 2, 1, 1. That's same. So they're gonna confuse you. What you do is take S, because you have 2 different values. 4, 2. So what's happened? -2, -4. Can't you see now? The two coordinates are interchanging position, as well as in the process the sign is also changing. So that is also rule number 4 of reflection. So if you want to draw now, because you are told, look here, on your graph paper, draw the mirror line. So you can take a ruler, and then you know that the line y is equal to -x passes through the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Check a ruler on top of that, right? Y is equal to -x. What you do in an advanced level, what you do, plot for me this one and this one. When you plot the object point and the image point, what you do, take a image point and object point of the same. Take B and B prime, join them. When you join them, that will give you what? A line joining B object to B double prime, is it? Then get the perpendicular bisector of that line. How are we going to draw the perpendicular bisector of a line? If this is the line now, assume this is B and this is B double prime. If I want to get the line which passes through this, which bisect this line, I'll take my pair of compass. And what am I going to do then? I'll come here and draw an arc, okay? Come to this point again, draw another arc. Where the line passes, this line is your mirror. Then confirm that. That is the mirror line. You can confirm by doing that, okay? Draw for me the object point and the image point. Join B object to B double prime. Get the perpendicular bisector. You'll realize that that line will pass through the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant, guys. For your information, that is the end of our class for today. Guys, if you want to solve this kind of questions, if you want to solve this kind of question, that will come in KCC obviously. You can get from Symmetry or paper 1, okay? Paper 1 in the exercises, or you can go to Medfamily and also check questions of past KCC, okay? Make sure you solve, guys, several questions. In case you encounter problems, make sure you leave your comment in our comment box, or otherwise you call 0716014642. That is our WhatsApp number, so that you join us and share with us this concept of mathematics. Otherwise, I wish you the best.